Brent, what was the first practice like today? Being getting back out there, kind of getting in the groove again. What was that like?
It was really good. It's obviously really exciting getting back out there, and I think that going into my second go around, I kind of know what to expect. I had an idea of what to expect coming into the spring, and the energy was really good out there, and I thought we had a good day for a first day. We just got to build on it.
What's it been like so far working with Zach? Getting him in there, and obviously the coach really praised how he's been able to develop quarterbacks. What have you noticed in these first couple months?
Yeah, he's obviously a very smart guy, and has played the position, so knows a lot about the position. I think he's very good as far as fundamentals come, and he's obviously still learning the offense and stuff like that, and so we're building together, but we're really excited about it, and I'm really excited to work with him.
This is your second spring here. I mean, how different do things feel this time around?
Oh, huge. I mean, it's a huge difference, having a whole year knowing the system, and last year I was really focusing on a lot of mechanical things, and obviously still am. I still think there's a lot of things that I could get better at, but I think my confidence is a lot better, and more comfortable with the guys, have a feel of what our receiver is going to do out there. So it's huge having a year under my belt.
What's your relationship like with Ryan Finley?
We're really good friends. We do a lot together. Yeah, we we go golfing together. We're always playing pool together, and just always competing.
Well, what's that like? I mean, being friends, but he's obviously wants to win his job back. I mean, what's that dynamic like?
I mean, we don't really think about it like that. We're friends off the field, and then when it comes to on the field stuff, we're obviously out there competing against each other, and we're doing whatever it takes for whatever best for the team.
Sounds like you're used to it though, because you said you guys compete at everything, so it sounds like
it's
kind of.
Yeah, when we get back out there on the fields, it's the same thing. We do it all the time. We're just out there competing. We're still helping each other. We're talking when he comes off the field, when I come off the field. What'd you see right there? And I think we have a good relationship.
So we'll ask him the same question, but who's the better golfer?
He'd tell you the same thing. I think I'm better, but he gets in my head sometimes out on the course, and so we battle back and forth.
How have you seen him kind of go through the injury and some of the other stuff that he's dealt with the last year and get back to this point where he's at?
Yeah, he's been working really hard. He's in the training room every single day, trying to get back and stuff, and I think he's done a great job. He was really helpful to me last year, when he came out and I came in, and we've been working side by side. We do a lot of shoulder stuff in there together, shoulder rehab or prehab. Not really. We just try to keep our shoulders, feeling good and stuff like that. But he's worked really hard, and I think he's really excited to be back on the field.
Brett, where would you like to improve most over the course of this spring practice?
There's still some stuff mechanically from last year that I see on film and that I think I could fix. Shortening up my motion a little bit, just being tighter with my mechanics and stuff, and then. My big focus this spring is just being more accurate with my deep ball, and just getting on the same page with all of our guys, and making sure if a guy comes in, he knows what he's doing, and so we don't have any issues that guys get hurt, and we're going to be fine. So
has it been nice to have a little bit of time? I mean, last year and week 2.5 or whatever it was, is you get thrown into the starting mix, and then you're kind of that guy week in, week out. It's been nice to have maybe 2.5 months or so, or whatever it is, to kind of evaluate things and maybe try to put time in getting better and improving and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you go back and you look at the season last year and you evaluate where you think you need to get better, and I think during those 2.5 months I was really just focusing on where I could get better mechanically, because obviously you're not going to be out there on the field making reads and stuff like that. So really, when you're going out and throwing, you're just focusing on what can I do to get better? How can I be consistent every single day with my mechanics and things like that? And I think that's the biggest thing I take into this off season is just getting into a habit, getting into a routine, and just being really consistent with what I do.
Coach Herson was saying Coach Hill's really a teacher when it comes to the quarterback position, that kind of thing. What in your short time together, what have you learned from him, or what do you think what does he bring to the table here?
I think he's obviously a very smart guy. Has played the position, and he knows a lot about the fundamentals of the position. You could tell today he was after every throw we're talking about it. What I could have done better on that. Maybe shortening up my stride. Keeping my arm at a 90-degree angle, something. Different things like that, and he brings a lot of energy, and I think he'll be a really good coach for us.
How are you viewing this quarterback competition, whatever you want to call it? Are you taking it as it's your job to lose? I mean, how do you kind of look at this thing?
I don't really worry about that stuff, and that's not my paycheck to figure out who's starting or not. I just go out and I try to get myself better every single day. And I think if I take that approach, the whole team is going to get better. If we all take that approach, Tommy, Upshaw, Finley. You know, we're all just we're out there trying to get better every single day. We're trying to get the team better. So that's all we really focus on.
Coach Hart says, I don't know how much time you spent with him, but Chaz Anderson's had a really phenomenal offseason. What have you seen out of maybe some of those guys that you're trying to get the ball to?
Yeah, I think Chaz has definitely stepped up this offseason. You know, been a leader, helping younger guys out that maybe don't know the system as well, and he's been really trying to improve his game. Where he thinks he can get better, and I think it showed out there today. He had a really good first day, and like I said, at this point, it's just all about consistency. Can we build days upon each other, and really build the foundation for this fall.
You guys have to replace Marcus Henry at center. I know there's 3, 4, 5 guys Coach Huff mentioned it's possible. What are your thoughts, I guess, at center there and just the O-line in general? How do you feel that group's coming along and going to be?
I think they'll be very good. Coach Huff obviously does a great job with those guys. And, as far as the center position goes, we got a few guys rotating in right now, and, they're all doing a great job. And I think it's more of a collective thing. They're out there making calls with each other and, really trying to get on the same page as a unit. And so, I think they're going to be fine when it comes to fall. So we'll be good.
You obviously set the bar pretty high for yourself, as a true freshman coming in. How do you try to maintain, keep growing, but also not let that get to you a little bit? Because obviously people from the outside probably are heaping praise on you, even though you've only played 9 games or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's a day-to-day process. I just got to be consistent every single day, and come in and have the same routine, and be a good pro. That's something my dad always talked to me about. Just being a good pro. Doing things right every single day, eating right, sleeping right, and having a same routine every single day. So you're going to come out. You're going to be consistent on the field.
Have you noticed that rub off on anybody else that's been here? I mean, clearly the coaches. It's one of the first things they always say about you is that you're never late, you're always early, stuff like that. Have you noticed other guys look over you? I mean, don't you get here at like 6 a.m. or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we all have our own routines, how guys like to go about it. But, I just try to, stay in my own lane. And, if I do rub off on other guys, I mean, that's obviously nice because I think we're all trying to build a relationship together and, get better together. So.
You mentioned working on deep ball accuracy, stuff like that. How do you improve that, or how do you? I mean, you were pretty good at it last year in games, but how do you go to work at that?
I think it's just more consistency. Just like I said, there's some stuff mechanically that I went back and I get too long sometimes, or maybe I just need to stay more compact and things like that. So that's just stuff that you got to work. I'm still working on every single day, and I will be for the rest of my career. So that's just one thing that I went back and I looked at, and that's really my focus this spring when I went back and looked and watched the film. So.
You mentioned a little bit with Ryan though, but just how his maturity, handling the things that he has and the way that he has, and you've obviously seen it up close. But how much does this impress you as a friend or a teammate or whatever about how he's kind of rolled with the punches in his career?
Yeah, he's been great to me ever since I got here. When I first came in, he helped me. When we were watching film and stuff, helped me learn the offense. He was really good to me last spring. When he went down, obviously he was upset and stuff, and but he came back and was really helpful with us in the film room and things like that, and on the field and after the games we would talk and stuff. And so he's been really good to me, and I think our relationship will continue to be like that.